Yo. Grizzly, what's up, man? Boss Daddy, what up, bro? What up? Easy peasy, what's up, bro? Why returning? Man, listen, that's the word on the street. That is absolutely the word on the street right now. I do plan during the stream to reach out and obviously try and find out if there's kind of any potential truth, any potential truth to that or not. So absolutely something that will be that'll be happening for sure. I'm finally gonna get to these what is it? I'm finally gonna get to dude, all my DMs here, man. I gotta get to the DMs. I got like my news sheet I gotta do some stuff on as well, because I gotta track down like some stories that I'm doing. I almost wonder if I need to get like a public one that I can kind of show you guys as well, like while I'm working on it. Yeah, I mean, dude, there's a lot, and I'm actually really excited for this kind of news network idea because I think there's just so much to offer on that front. So I'm really excited, man. But yeah, we're gonna cover that. We got a bunch of other stuff. We might have some people coming on too as well. We might be doing some interviews, so we'll see. Like I said, part of me, I got to follow up with some peeps. Do I have sound muted on here? I don't know. You guys will have to tell me. It shouldn't. I don't think it should be pinging. I think it should only ping if I get pinged. But if people are just chatting, I think it should be okay. But yeah, no, it should be pretty good. Let me see. What do we want to do here? From the side. Princess heard he bought a lot of pets. I mean, I did hear some. Barbs, what's up, man? Yo, give me them lips. What's up, baby? What did I want to do? Oh, my live thing. That's what I wanted to do. There we go. Yeah, we'll get some quick promos out per usual, and then we'll get started. There's so much to do. I literally have content for days. It's crazy, and I think with doing the kind of like newsy show style as well and I didn't really think about it before, right? But what I started to realize was that there's so many people out there that just know so much. And doing a live show where we also get, potential leads from people, I think makes it that much more intriguing. So the whole, I think kind of NASTi News Network thing is like a really good idea, because I think it really allows for me to be able to kind of expand on not only just the video content, because I can potentially generate more stories. We can get more insights. We can kind of do more live coverage too as well, and have it be a little bit more engaging, because I'd love to kind of do more things with the community, with viewers, especially, for people that just want to kind of, come on and give their take. If they want to, if we get a story that hits us and then we get to break the story because someone hits me up in my DMs and like, yo, boss, this thing just happened, go and check it out, and say we're live, we can talk about that live and then go try and chase down the leads. So I think there's a lot that we can do. This is so good. It's good. So good. That's not bad. I didn't realize I got baited hard. So yeah, Slav, what's up, man? How you doing today, man? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Yeah, man. Yeah, we're gonna have a good, fun live stream, man. There's a lot to talk about today. There's a lot of news out there that's going on. We'll definitely be covering some of the things that are in the title. I got a lot more than that too as well. I mean, there's there's literally so much. You know, it literally just feels like I'm finally being able to kind of catch up to a number of these things, which is great. And I mean, I'm excited. Yeah, so I think the first thing we're going to do, like I said, we're going to try and track down the YY information. Now, I know I actually had Phoenix had hit me up about some stuff on this too as well. And we'll do that first. So we'll probably try and... I got to find his Discord because I know I hit him up before. But we'll also go take a tour and we'll check out the kingdom. We'll kind of see what's going on. Maybe is anyone talking about that? Maybe reach out in game. Yeah, man, we got some cool stuff that we're going to be doing for everyone. Ransom is Raz. Dude, to be fair, actually not a bad idea. Sorry, not the Raz part. The co-host part. It's just not a bad idea. As far as maybe like bringing someone new on to kind of hang out and, you know, who's a little bit more kind of plugged in, or I should say maybe who's as plugged in, if not on their side. That actually isn't like the worst idea, honestly. It's to the world, introduced to the better side of life. Oh, jeez. Oh my god. Where's my analytics here? Nuts. Frizzy, a co-host should be Dark and Jason. Hey, man. Hey, we can. We can. And, there's Fob, man. We can, man. Honestly, is not the worst idea. It's not the worst idea. Mm-hmm. All right, yeah, let's see here in a sec. Returned? Is that what Bob said? Returned? Returner? Yeah, I mean, make it a sticker when I guess I can use it. Oh gosh, that's nuts. Yeah, and dude, I also got to cover. Oh my gosh, what is it, man? I also got to cover the WB. Man, apparently there's a WB situation that's happening in 249 as well that I got to cover. Okay, we actually might start covering this stuff here in a sec too. Rasu, what's up? Hey, BN, you should give credits for Hannah betraying their allies ring. So yeah, dude, yeah, man. So actually, I'm planning to cover that as well because I don't know the full story on kind of how everything went down. I have reached out to a number of people there, but I need to recheck where I'm at in my storylines, and then I need to go and ask people just for like summaries, because you know one of the things I notice is that, you know, if there's a lot of people that are involved in a particular situation, what I realize is, you know, some people are very eager to kind of want to share their side of the story, which I'm always happy to cover. But what I've started noticing is that people will just end up writing a lot. And the amount that they write slightly, I'll just say, feels just a tad bit overwhelming because they write so much. And then usually what I'm doing is I'm sifting through it, right? Because I'm trying to kind of minimize, or sorry, not minimize, but filter and condense. That's probably a better word. I'm trying to condense, right? And so oftentimes I'll usually ask people, hey man, can you just give me a summary, right? And, you know, that has always kind of felt, that, to me at least, it's always just kind of felt the most appropriate, right? Doing it that way. So, yeah. Yeah, essentially that is what I need to just start telling people. It's like, look, just hit me with some hyphens, give me some bullet points, give me a summary. And what I need to do is I need to have a copy pasted message that I have on a notepad that essentially just says, listen, give me the summary. If you're going to send me screenshots, make sure you redact whatever parts need to be redacted. Like, you know, let them kind of do the work, so to speak, because it makes it easier for me. Otherwise, I'm spending so much time going through. Like, dude, people will send me Great Walls of China length worth of text and messages, and it's a lot. So, yeah. So, Jay, you're not wrong on that, right? Lasto, what up, baby? So, yeah, I mean, you're not wrong on that. Josie guy, yeah, usually biased. And I mean, I don't know if I'd say it's biased. It's just the people that are reporting from their side. That's what it is, right? They're talking about it from their perspective, from what they've seen. And this could be a king, a queen. It could be an R5, maybe an R4. Usually is someone in management. And it's just a lot easier for me to get kind of a summary of what happened. Because typically when I ask for that, it's usually better. Because the other benefit is that when you have to think about summarizing, you usually have to also think about how are you going to, you know, what are like the most important bits, right? If you will. And so that's something to consider as well. That I think is, you know, just like a really good point to kind of take away from, or to, I should say, to kind of work into. So it just makes it easier for me when I'm kind of collecting everyone. Oh, dude, look at this, dude, look at Quokka, man. Look at this, dude, modding no more, and just comes in and dropping the scoops for us. Dropping the scoopers. Yeah, Ras says, yeah, those last 4 to 6 hours, fight for Dragon, yeah. Oh, sorry, Jay. So what I was going to say about the whole AI and summarizing. So you're not wrong, right? I could plug it into a summarizer, but part of me would rather have the person summarize, right? Because I think that if it's coming from them, because the summary might cut certain things out. And most of the time, or not cut, but trim certain things that maybe didn't need to be trimmed. And I say that because when people are summarizing, most of the time they're going in their head passively in chronological order. And so I would rather have them do something like that, right? Where they can kind of follow along or keep along with what they're doing. So yeah, it just, I think it just kind of makes it easier all around. All right, let's go ahead and start tracking down the YY stuff. So we need to first and foremost head over to 357. So that's what we're going to do. So where's my scout account? Where's my scout? Here we go. Okay. So we're going to head over to 357. And let's see if we can kind of track this down here. Let me skadoosh this too, so we can maybe make this a little bit easier and more digestible. All right. So we're going to go to 357. All right. And we're going to start trying to track this down because I also need to have some of this stuff open for when I'm doing my stories. And we're also going to take a look at his ID, and we'll probably compare with Call of Stats as well. Whoa. I thought I already had stuff. Let's see here. All right, so let's see what's happening. Let's search. So here's YY right now. Now, I'm pretty sure he was lower, right? His historical is 870. Now, I'm pretty sure his current power was lower than this. $214. Yeah, I'd have to go back on a scan to see where his power was when he quit. Which actually, no. I bet you I have a video on this. Let me just type in YY. Oh yeah, zeros himself and quits. So let's see where he was at. Hang on, I'm gonna mute this. So here we go. Let's see where he was at. Because I did the video on this. We did the video on this 10 months ago, right? Do I show off the account? Where is it? I can't tell if I did or not. Here. I'm pretty sure I did. No. Oh no, that was just the Satoru one. Where's... I thought I showed his account off, no? Huh. Let's see here. Because I was just trying to... Oh, hang on. Is it here? Otherwise, I can type his name in. No, that's just him off current right now. Unless he's... No, because he did lower it a lot more. Huh. So... I'd have to maybe look at a recent scan from like 10 months ago. I can't remember what his power was exactly at the time. So, yeah. Frizzy says, I was in the season against YY when he deleted troops, lol. So bro deleted all his troops when he quit. Yeah. But, I mean, this is him now. But I know he was lower power. I just don't know what his power was at the time when he quit. Because I thought that's what it was. It was he deleted all his troops at the time. And then, but I just don't know what the power was. I thought I showed it in my video, but I guess I didn't. So I wonder if I can look back on the call of stats here, if it'll tell me. Oh, server history. Maybe it'll tell me server history. Hang on, let me see here. No, 314. Oh, also, he is back in 314, but I'm not 314. Why am I in 357? Oh, because he hasn't moved it yet, huh? I'm tripping. Why was I thinking he was still YSS? He hasn't moved it. Oh my God, I'm tripping balls right there for a sec. So, yeah, I'd have to look. The only way I can think of doing this to figure out where he was at the time is by looking at an older scan. Give me a sec here. I'm going to see if I can find one real quick. Let's go to my drive. Hang on. I actually might be able to find this here. Let me see. Let's go CallofDragons. Let me see data. Crud, where am I going now? Game wide. 2026. And so this was 10 months ago, right? No, so sorry, 10 months ago would have been not October, August. So 25. So around August, I gotta look. No, actually, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. I just need to look past that, right? Because he still wouldn't have been playing. So I can pull up anyone. I just have to, then I just type in the ID. Yeah. Yeah. So here, I'm going to go to players. I'm about to let this load for a sec. Yeah, it'll take a sec to load. We're going to let this load. And then I should be able to find out where YY's power was after. Because this is now October going November. We covered this 10 months ago. So that had to be around August. Give or take. Yeah, easy peasy. It used to be like 65 mil because he refunded, deleted all his troops. Oh, interesting. Oh, I didn't know about the refund portion. I thought he just quit and deleted his troops. Josie said, and then he comes back. Dang, last. Oh, yes. Oh, okay. So you guys have that account in the beginning of the video was one of his accounts as the R5. Ah, okay. Gotcha. Okay, let me see if we can find this now. Okay, here it is. We found him. So it was Little Owl. This is after he left. So here's YY right now. So he was at 166 million power. So there you go. So here it is. So this is our reference for where he was. I'm just going to make a little note here. When quit was at, he was at 166 mil is where he was. So bam, there we go. Right, we got it. So based on where he is now, then he's okay. So he's 218. So the fact that the account has leveled up how much? 34, 44, 54, 52, almost 52, 51 million power since what? I mean, what were some of the initial mentions of YY being back, right? Let's see if we can find that. Let's just do YY back. Yeah, I'm just curious to see if we find anything here. So someone said 2 days ago, YY's coming back to revive the game. Cow. Hang on, let me see here. Oh, see, even Phoenix says, that's interesting. Phoenix says, wonder how long it'll take support to give YY his troops back. But why would you give his troops back? I don't get that. Let me see. The most recent mention of this was, oh, right here. So the first mention was by Ducky, who said, YY is back to the game. He said, Ducky said this on the 9th. So that was a week ago. Interesting. So that was the very first mention. Let me see if there was a mention further back than that that mentions YY. So 678 people have mentioned YY. Let me see here. I'm just curious if there was something before the 9th. Oh, no, it's probably here. Okay. No, so that's it. Yeah. YY was second. This was, yeah, Turtle. This they were probably asking about, like, yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Oh, what was this about Articus? Was this me? Because I did an interview with him. Dude. Oh, wow. What was he saying here? Oh, wow. He posted this in the account data privacy channel. What was Articus saying here? Check out Nefister's exit interview. This was just 1 year ago. Bro, you telling me this data tool is the one thing this game really needed the most? Oh, this is interesting. I didn't realize Articus had like a whole thing written up here. Yeah, this is actually pretty cool. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna need to save this, man. Can I copy this? I'm gonna copy this link real quick because I might actually want to come back to this at some point. Yeah, hang on, dude. Let me make a note real quick on this. That's interesting. Articus data tool feedback post. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna write this in here because I again, it's just that again, I'm gonna see if there's anything worth there because that just seems super interesting to me. Okay, so YY was second. I think this is what Turtle was saying about the power. Neff, let me see. After Neff, who was second highest player's power, I saw 700 mil in WB. Chat, fam, what if we did a series during our NASTi News Network where we track down just wild takes from people on COD Discord? I don't know, man. My mind's going right now on potential things that we could be doing or just something related to that. Let me know what you guys think on that. Yeah, like maybe we do something like that. Maybe we look up specific posts from certain people. That could be interesting too as well. Maybe we do some keyword searches. I don't know, man. Dude, my mind is going right now. Anyways, like we said, Ducky, first time mentioning that YY's back. This was a week ago. So what are we going to do now to try and confirm this? Well, I need to reach out. And here it is, right? Ducky even posted this. So, I mean, I guess this kind of confirms it here with this screen. Ooh, I need to save this too as well. So I'm going to copy this message link because I need to save that on the YY back thing. So let me see. I'm going to write in Ducky screenshot. What was that, pet or something? I'll just write down something here just so I have it saved. But I am going to reach out to YY on my main. So let me see if I can message him on Discord real quick. I do need to go through my DMs. We're going to do that too. But yeah, I don't think there's anything there. Okay, so let me see. Let me see. Time available in UTC or EST. Okay, cool. So is this who I know? Oh, let me see. Is this project? Let me see. Okay. I can't remember what YY's thing was. I can't remember what his Discord was. Because I had him on Discord. Oh, hang on. Dang it. I think he removed everyone on Discord. Oh, crap. I have to find him now. Oh, my God. What was YY's Discord? Because I know I had him. Oh, I swear I thought I had him on Discord. Okay, this is what we'll do. While I try and search for that, let's grab the ID, and I'm gonna message him on my main, and I'll show you guys that too while we do it. So let me. Oh, cool. Let's do it like this. Okay, so this is my main, just so you guys can see. And also, if you guys ever want to send me any stories, feel free. You guys can send me stories. You got a lead on something you want to send me. This is my ID. You guys are more than welcome to hit me up anytime. Okay, so what we're going to do is this. We need to reach out because he's an Ash. And let's just confirm. Dude, look at this, man. This is when I was asking him like some anonymous question stuff, and he hits me back on this. He says he's like I'm free to play because this is when I was doing that anonymous poll. This is so nuts. I was doing this anonymous poll, right? And this is back. Do you guys remember when I covered and I did the video on? God, what was it? Oh yeah, it was the video on like how much players spend. It was like total amount of money spent, and then the average amount that players spend. And I did this like a year and a half ago. And I basically DM'd the top like 200 players in the game based on historical power. And I think it was like 25, 30% of them had got back to me. It was like a decent amount, I thought, at the time. And so I had asked YY this at the time too as well, because obviously he was there. He was in that mix. And I asked him and he hits me back. He's like, I'm free to play. Like, I don't think this is anything, secret to show. But I will say I did think this was incredibly hilarious that he said this. and then he hits me with, this is an admin account. All items are free for me. Now, again, I don't know. I don't think anything of that. Do I think that's funny? And again, maybe could that be an interesting little tidbit somewhere? I'm sure someone's going to screen that. But yeah. And then my response, because I thought he was joking with me, right? I just threw out the laughing face because I just thought he was trying to make a funny. I'm not over here thinking anything of it, that this is, a big thing or not, by any means. But yeah. And then I had asked him again because I wanted to do like this top 5 open field March thing amongst the top players. So anyways, let's get to this. So, hey, YY, heard you are back in the game. Great to have you back. Looking forward, let's say this, we'll say fighting on the field. We'll say like looking forward to having you fighting on the field again. Something like that. I think it's fine. Yeah, we'll say looking for this here. Looking for this. Seeing you fight. Seeing you fighting on the field. I said again. I'm trying to think. Gosh, do I want to ask him what his Discord is again? Because I totally forgot. But no, I want to ask him about maybe like what brought him back. Yeah. Yeah, would love to ask what brought you back. Let's ask what brought you back to the game. If preferred, can DM me on Discord. Bam. All right, cool. I'm not blocked, so that's a W. The message went through. So we're good there. That's great. Cool. So I got a message on my main. We're all set. Let's see here. Okay. So we're straight there. Everything is gooch. That's what we wanted to have happen. So now what I need to do is I want to look through some of the chat here in the kingdom, because I just want to see if there's any mention of maybe people talking about it. Also, the other thing we can do as well. So let me see here. This is the I want to see if there's anything here in the home realm. Oh, dude, is this him? No, sorry, I'm tripping. Whew. I thought that was him. But he did change his name, so we know he's there. But let me see, because if he was back a week ago, this was from Sunday. This was Wednesday on the DM. So when was Wednesday? Oh, Wednesday was the 10th. Ducky reported this on the 9th. So, oh, here we go. So mad, lol. Just asked if YY was back. Just turn on the television, might be on the news. Well, I mean, you're on the news now. So there you go. Okay, so that's interesting. Let me see. Important. I just want to see if there's any mention. Oh, here we go. So someone also asked it. YY is back. No, go to sleep. Dude, people were on it already. Yeah, Plaid Owl, the big owl. Oh, here we go. So Island says the big owl was back. There you go. So there's a first little mention of him being back, it looks like. Interesting. Let me see here. Oh no, well, true, by the way. Owl smells. I mean, I don't even know what to say. So, I mean, what do you say to that comment? what do you say to that? Moving on. Owl is very, very... Oh, dude, there he is. So he posted. Okay. Boom. So he did post. Okay. So that... And then welcome back. Then Jumanji hits us with the welcome back. YY. Okay, cool. So there we go, man. So okay. So yeah. He's back like a Cadillac. Dope. Yeah. So I messaged him. We'll see. I'll see if I can find his Discord again. Because I can't recall, unless someone knows it and you wanna DM it to me, that'd be dope. But yeah, so let's do this. I'm gonna screenshot this as well. Yeah, I'm gonna screenshot that. I'm gonna plug this over here. Cool. So I think we're all set there. All right, cool. All right, so now I can move on to our next story. Something like that, right? Cool. So now we get to move on to the next story here. We got this saved. So we're good to go. Cool. Look at that, dude. We're chasing down stories, getting leads, getting stuff done. Okay. Let me catch up on chat real quick, and then we're gonna move on to our next story here. Whoa, oopsies, hold up now. Oh, is that because I have multiple? That's why. Okay, yeah, because I got multiple Discords going on. Had to save something. There we go. Yeah, we'll right window it. That'll be a little bit easier. Let me see where I'm at. First, he said I was in the season against YY when he deleted troops. Let me see, that makes sense. Bruh. Let me see, was that account at the beginning of the video? Oh no, such a wild time. He deleted all his troops. Wild, man. Kashuni, what's up, man? That KvK fell apart. It sucked. We were having such a good fight with them. Frizzy says, going to tell CS I was hacked and someone used all my mana. Yeah. That's nuts. Because I'm not going to speak in public on the rumors we were told back then, but the situation is well. Kashuni, listen, man, dude, that's cool. Just DM me. DM me, thanks. Lasso says, BN, what do you think server rankings are going to be like when all these movements around happen, after they happen? I mean, listen, dude, I mean, I will say, to me, it does feel a bit unpredictable. At least to say that you're going to lock something in right now. And I just think mainly because there's just so much that's been happening right now. Literally, I mean, there's anywhere from like 5 to 8 big stories that have been happening in a number of KvKs right now, and most of them have been happening near the end. On top of which, you also have to consider, I mean, that's even kind of including, maybe even aside from the disbands, from some people downsizing, from apparently people returning to the game. I mean, I think this migration season is going to be another banger of a migration. I do. I think this is going to be pretty close, if not maybe even bigger than when EIS and Echo disbanded in that same season. And then we saw that next big migration wave that happened in the off season. I very much think that we can see that this time around, where it's going to be, again, I would argue just as big. And so, I mean, I think, you know, you can maybe argue there are some safe bets. I mean, unless something drastically happens with YSS, I think they're going to be up there if you're just talking kind of KvK1. I mean, even if you're looking at like IMFS, I think they're going to be okay, right? I mean, they'll probably continue to grow. I don't think you're going to see anything drastic happen with them. NTS, I think, will be up there too as well. Again, I haven't heard anything about them one way or the other. So, you know, I assume that they'll be fine. Hunt and MFD aren't really kind of, I would say, anything, you know, again, unless they decide they want to move up at any point. We already kind of covered what happened with NXW. I have heard some stuff on WB that they might be considering like downsizing. Oh, is the MFD? So listen, man, I will say this about the whole, okay, well, the thing is, I heard that too about MFD disbanding, but let me be fair. And I'm not trying to say this in a laughing manner, but I hear almost every season that MFD is going to disband, whether that's from Abda, who's serious of not trolling, and along with some other kingdoms and alliances that I hear about them disbanding. So I don't know. I'd have to reach out to Gray Balls and or to Balonies and see what's going on there, if there's any truth to that. Because again, I have heard that, but I'm only saying that in the context that I hear that kind of stuff from some of these kingdoms pretty often. Right. I mean, even Dark at some point was trolling people and saying like EIS was going to disband every season. But again, I mean, is it true this time compared to other times? Maybe. But, you know, I'd want to follow up on that to see. But I have that. I think I have that on my notes. But I think like those 3 alliances, it's probably a safe bet right at that point. I mean, we already kind of heard what's going on with WAO. So honestly, I think Milk. I mean, like legitly, I think Milk is going to slide in there. I think it's going to be like NTS, YSS, IMFS, and Milk. I think those are going to be, I think those 4 kingdoms right now have the highest. I see what you did there. That's right, man. It ain't milk, bro. They going whole milk. Not fat free or skim. Yeah, but I mean, I think those 4 to me very much feel like solid lock-ins, where you're trying to kind of figure out what your top 4 is going to be for KvK1 next season. I think those 4 have the highest percentage chance of that happening. Again, you can probably put, I mean, you're just going to look at the next ones right at that point. So I think, you know, you're probably going to look at RAC, maybe NWO. I mean, listen, that's iffy. I think NWO is iffy. I think there's a lot of stuff going on in NWO right now in 698. And again, we covered that yesterday when we interviewed Slef. And, you know, he talked about like some people that left and, you know, but again, I don't think that it's like enough So, uh, Mark, what's up, baby? Milk disbanded. They curdled. They curdled. Jeez. Yeah. They expired. That's yeah. You should say. You should just say milk expired. But yeah. So I mean, before the NWO stuff, before all the news broke and everything, like I could have made an argument there. I think RFF is in the mix too as well. Like these kingdoms are very close. The other one that I'm really excited to see what's going to happen about, and that's just because I've always been a big supporter of 509 and Tiny. I've always wished them good stuff. I think the potential for 509 to work their way up a couple KvKs, they're going to be someone to me to look out for. I think Lion is in that mix for working their way up. I mean, they did really good this season. Definitely showed out. I mean, I'd love to see what Inc. and ACS can do too as well, out of their KvK kind of pushing their way up. I mean, there's a number of kingdoms that I'm like really excited for that are kind of working their way up the ladder. But for me, I think the 509i situation is incredibly interesting. I'm probably going to talk about that separately too as well. But the fact that, a number of people from WAO have opted to go there and like they're kind of treating 509 like it's going to be its next, rebuilding or just merging to kingdom, like it's their next, home, safe haven. I mean, again, unless Tiny and crew are like really going to dampen and limit the amount of players that are going to come in from there, you could easily see them being KvK2, maybe I'd say at least KvK3, but you could argue them KvK2, KvK3 this next season. So, and I think it just depends on how many people they get, how loose is Tiny going to be? Well, let's be honest. We know he's super loose, but how loose will he be on recruitment specifically, not with the baby oil? And that'll depend on, I think, how high they want to go up. I mean, I think is I've talked to Tiny a number of times and, he's always been very consistent on like, look, man, we just kind of want to hang out around like KvK3 to 5. We don't really want to go too much higher than that. And I mean, if you're looking at KvK3, you're going to need to settle somewhere around, I would say 18 to 20 bill, right? Based on what we saw this last season. Like you see the numbers here. Highest was 21. The lowest was 18. So I think somewhere like that 18, 20, you're going to have to chill around there a little bit if you want to try and limit. But it also depends, and this is the other kind of big X factor, I think, which is how much movement is going to happen between the gen pools. So we're going to cover that as well. For those of you that remember, I did that video where we showed off all the different gen pools and how many kingdoms were in each of them. We showed you what the power ranges were in the gen pools, total amount of kingdoms, that, were above 5 bill power. Hi, sweetie. And so, we did all of these things. And my plan is to basically do it again, right? I want to do it once registration closes, probably. Somewhere around there, I think is what we're going to be. Somewhere around there is what we're going to be looking at. And then when I do it again at that time, I think we'll have a better idea on, specifically, again, what do the numbers look like? And then is it a KvK3 for I and 509? Is it going to be, is it going to be something else for them? Will it maybe be a KvK4? Could they maybe get pushed into a KvK2? Because for me, that's the thing that I think a lot of people aren't also factoring in, which is if you have more people leave G2 and the pool gets smaller, which we've been seeing, I talked about this last time. We've been seeing a number of people that have opted to leave G2. And so, people have to consider this too as well. And this isn't to say that G2 is I'd say in any fear of losing its kind of main dominance as the main KvK pool. But you also have to consider that if you have more top kingdoms that continue leaving, like I would say more A seeds, strong Bs, then the problem there is that you could be a kingdom thinking that, you're going, oh yeah, here, you want to go? That's fine. Yeah, go ahead, go. But you could over here be thinking to yourself, you're going off of last season's stats and you're like, okay, we're gonna kind of stabilize our kingdom around this power level. We're totally in the pocket for KvK3-4, but then maybe you get as high as 2. You know, so maybe you bump up a couple KvKs. So I think that's something to consider as well. But that's why, you know, again, we'll look at the data and everything once things are locked in, because I'm hoping that's going to help some people out too as well. Yeah. Yami, what's up? Yami says he may get them back. We will see. What? He might get them back. Rage Vader, what's up, man? So he fully comes back and spends Rage Vader devs POV. Yeah. Lasso says don't think they'll give it back if he refunded. Yeah. I think he deleted it. It was all too quick. Yeah. Ray, what's up, man? KvK5 4v2 was wild. After the random wheel roll, Hannah got nothing, so 80 gave them a lead frame soon after, still unhappy. I did hear a little bit about this. This is one of those things we're going to cover too as well. We're about to get into our next topic here. We fought for almost 30 hours straight, managed to hold 2 out of 3 portals, but the dragon fight started at the worst possible time to UTC. After 3 hours of fighting in the lair, the much stronger Ink eventually took the win. We lost the KvK, but it was one of the most dramatic and most entertaining seasons. No, like, dude, listen, I'm 100% on board with that. To me, KvK5 was, in my opinion, from what I've heard, out of all the KvKs so far, KvK5 this season was the absolute most entertaining KvK from just a back and forth surprise spectacle perspective on what happened throughout the entire season. Dude, KvK5 is #1 for me. Like, literally, you could not have scripted it almost any better. And that's like one of the things I'm really excited to talk about too as well, just because, and this is one of those reasons on, you know, honestly, one of the things I want to try and bring as well to KvKs, you know, once I can kind of figure out all the time that I can try and generate when it comes to streaming is, you know, again, you guys know me, I love showing off the fights in KvKs when we're covering everything. But at the same time, I like following the storylines. Like if something massive happens or something drastic happens in a particular KvK, let's go jump to that. And then let's go talk to some people in there and try and figure out what's happening. Let's bring some people on, whether it's, you know, someone in management if we can, or maybe a player that was directly involved, and let's like hear from them. Like kind of almost as though if we're, you know, if you're a news reporter and you're going out into the field and you're speaking with people about, you know, a community problem or a community issue, or maybe an interesting story. I love to kind of do something like that, that also engages the community a lot more, spotlights a lot more people. To me, I mean, I at least want to believe and feel that there is kind of a unique avenue for that when it comes to coverage within the game, at least for things that I like doing. Yeah. Abraham, what's up, man? WTF, how many disbanded? Feels like it's 3 big kingdoms. So 2 big ones have so far in NXW and WAL. Someone is saying that someone's saying that Milk did, but I haven't heard anything about that. The guy said they did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's messing with us. The guy's a troll. Abraham says, now the burnout is real, bro. I only do like 3 straight KvKs in A class, then relax for 1 or 2 and come back. It's a lot. I mean, and it's funny you say that, Abraham, because that's actually one of the things that I want to cover. So one of the things that I'm planning to do is I'm planning to reach out to a number of people that are kind of in the king and queen realm. And I want to ask some people, maybe interview some of like the top people to come on and maybe do like a little bit of a kind of a group interview where maybe we can get 2, 3, maybe 4 people for kings and queens. And I want to ask them and have a little bit of a round table surrounding kind of management burnout. I also have just considered doing like a little Q&A and kind of setting a form link to kings and queens and just asking them like, hey, what are the biggest burnout areas? You know, walk me through, what are you doing a day? How much time is it taking you? How much, you know, how much is it on you as the individual, as the king or queen, as the R5, where you feel like, man, I've delegated as much as I can. I just don't have enough people to where I can delegate more to. Or maybe it's more on them from the perspective of they just don't feel comfortable. And it's more of like they need to get comfortable, or they need to do things that can help themselves be comfortable because they're burning themselves out, right? And it's more like a self-implosion. So those are things I love talking about, because I think you could talk to a number of different kings and queens in R5s, and you'll probably get some different perspectives and some similar ones surrounding this. But I think when you're talking about this thing, man, the thing about burnout is that not only is it real, but it is a kingdom killer. It's a spending killer. It's a game killer. You, as a competitive, as a successful kingdom builder title in the mobile space, you cannot afford to have your top kingdoms leadership burning out, like from a developer's perspective, because all it does is increase the likelihood of the percentage that you're going to have more people quit, or more people wind down their time, or lose interest, or spend less money. And yes, in most cases, like we saw with the EAS and the Echo disbands, the majority of the players moved. But you also had some players that probably took it upon themselves and said, man, this is the perfect opportunity to stop, or this is the perfect opportunity to, lower my spending, maybe move somewhere else, instead of them kind of being locked in. And not to say that they're forced, but maybe enjoying spending more, maybe enjoying being more active more, because they were in the position they were when they were a part of EIS and Echo. And even other kingdoms we could say the same about. But it very much is, in my opinion, an energy killer, a game killer, a spending killer. And these are things that if you're a developer, you want to reduce the likelihood that kingdoms are going to disband, right? You want to almost help these kingdoms by providing them tools, support, and allowing for them to have like almost transition plans in place. Not to say that maybe you're going to go as far as doing that, but doing enough to where you can reduce the amount of management that goes in, at least by a little bit more. Because the part about transitioning, and I talked about this when I covered the Cap situation with him doing his announcement and saying that, he was stepping down, and, that the kingdom's basically going to disband and a bunch of people were going to end up going to 509. And I even mentioned this briefly as well with the Pepe situation in NXW, is that most kings and queens are not thinking about the transition period. The moment when they no longer want to be king or queen. The moment they no longer want to be an R5. Or the moment they just no longer, or maybe the moment they don't want to play the game anymore, and then they just impulsively quit. Most people in those lead head positions are not thinking about those next steps on when that time is coming. And that's why, you heard me talk about this when I touched on, like, you need to have a game plan. You need to be proactive and start, training up a co-R5, assistant R5. Like, you have to start doing these things. Even if you want to be the main one, it is never a bad idea to have a co-R5. If it's one or two, or even just doing like training R4s to do more than just one thing, trying to have it to where your officers know how to do everything, right? Even if they have a focus or a specialization, having it set up to where they can do everything, these things will help you so much more in the future than you probably even know. And they'll also help you out when situations like this arguably inevitably occur. So that's why I was saying part for me of it is that it falls on the R5s, and then the other part of it falls on the devs, because I think that there's some good takeaways on both sides. Absolutely. Yeah. Merck says dodging KvK1, heading to G3, might as well consider disbanding. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Dude, so it's funny, Merck, you say that, because I've been hearing a number of people have been, and I'm not going to say who, but I'll say some people have been DMing me already talking about how they're going to move to G3. Like, they're moving out of G2 and going into G3. So for me, it is going to be very interesting this season to see who comes into G2 and who leaves G2. And we'll be paying very close attention to that, because we'll also be covering that when we do our next kind of state of the gen pools video. Yeah, Lasto, who's going G3? Lasto and Milk. Hex, what's up, man? Ink put that KvK on their back. Great activity from them. Yeah, man. I mean, I was talking, Vital was updating me too as well, and I was chatting with him kind of throughout the season. And he was just kind of giving me these general updates. I mean, yeah, it was a feat, man, that they accomplished. I mean, obviously, it you could argue it wouldn't have been possible without the Hannah situation happening and them leaving the 2v4 and going into the 3v3. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, there is that has to be acknowledged. Lasta says, yeah, devs need to sort out something. We can't afford to lose people. I mean, and that's the thing, man, is that, I mean, think about this. When Sod left, Echo, right, Tempe went with him, and whoever else opted to just take that moment and that opportunity to dip. And I'm sure some people from EIS that might have happened. Now, I don't know the names. I can go and look. All right, we can go and look at all the people that were in those kingdoms at the time, and then cross-reference that with who migrated out and who stayed there. And then looking at the people who stayed there, and we just compare their power growth, right? If there was any consistent power growth or not, right? So you can figure those things out. It might take a little bit of time, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it sucks, man. I mean, even if you look at like the Dark situation, like when Dark left, Princess left, right? And I think, and I might just be paraphrasing this, but what I remember is Princess saying this was just like a good opportunity to exit the game at that time, at least with it being one of the things. So I think there was the pregnancy thing that was mentioned too as well. But it was also a note on there that's saying, hey, this is, kind of felt like this is a good time to do so. And it just goes to what I was saying, is that when you have these situations happen where you have these figures, these leads, these people that when you're playing in a kingdom, you kind of, I don't want to go as far as saying like they're the Messiah, like, but you look, a lot of R5s are kind of put on this pedestal because typically they are your kind of main single point of contact that the members will go to, management goes to. And if you don't typically have more than one of them, they can often be your glue, right? They can be your anchor for what keeps you connected in that kingdom. And oftentimes when the R5 leaves, or if they quit, that has kind of unintended ripple effects that will happen throughout the kingdom. And so that's why I was saying it varies. And, it's just one of those things where you have to, for me, the example I've always given people is that you have to treat an R5 or a king or queen of a kingdom like you would a store manager. If the game is, think of the game as like headquarters, like they're corporate. The game is corporate headquarters. And every single kingdom is a store within that company. And the store manager is the king or queen of that kingdom, or the main R5. That's how you have to look at it, because it truly is that, if you really break it down. Like the store, you got to maintain your staff. That's your officers. You got to make sure that the store is making money. They're making net revenue. That's the developers looking at the store as the kingdom. The players that are spending in the kingdom, that's the money they're making from the store, aka their server. There are so many similarities and comps that we can make between that. And to me, and I'm not saying, you only look at it like that, but I'm saying that is one way to look at it. Oh, I gotta hug my agua. Yes, Rodent says, screw, what's up, Rodent? Screw KvK1, KvK5 got all the juice. I mean, dude, it's nuts, man. I'm really excited to cover KvK5. I was telling you that earlier. Like, there's just a lot to talk about there. Kodiak, what's up, man? I want to see what Captain does with more freedom. I mean, yeah, man. I mean, and that's why I said there was similarities between what Cap was saying on, and then what Pepe was saying on it. Just like, it's some different situations, but the commonalities there and the common denominators was them referring to the management burnout, the stress is the leading burnout. And it's a very real thing. I mean, listen, I've even heard from some people that this is a topic that's being brought up in the King's chat, in the Hall of Kings chat on the Discord. And I think we have it here. Where is it? Is it support? Oh, I don't have it on here. It's on my other client where you guys can see it, because I have like the bot or whatever that'll show me the channels. Yeah. Abraham says, sometimes it feels like a full-time job. Hi, sweetie. Oh, check the counter. Sweetie, yeah, check the counter. Or in the kitchen. Sometimes it feels like a full-time job. During war, especially, pings on Discord are nonstop. Yeah, they are. Listening on VC, it's fun, but to do it every KvK is exhausting. That's why take a step back for 1 and 2K. I mean, yeah, I mean, I do think it would be interesting to. I mean, listen, I can only imagine. So, I can only imagine some of you that are in some of these KvKs, and the pings are just out of this world. And I'm never going to forget that one screenshot I saw of Jason, and he was just pinging. I think it was Doom. He was pinging Doom like nonstop. It was like 30 plus pings or something like that back to back in a minute. There was like that epic screenshot. But yeah, I mean, so I can only imagine how many pings you guys get a day, when everything's going on. I mean, obviously, would it be great to only have a limited number of pings that you're getting and, not have it kind of be spammy? In that sense, I'm sure. Absolutely. I mean, it is interesting on that front because in most cases, a lot of players are usually hoping for more PvP out of your KvK. You typically are wanting to see more than less because over the last healthy number of seasons, you've had consecutive and consistent zones that only were ever seeing like a day or two of PvP. And this was just something that people complained about. It was obvious when you compared this historically to KvKs a year and a half, 2 years ago. And now, I would argue this season was probably one of the most recent best seasons that we've had, in where, especially out of the top KvK groups, there was multiple days of PvP in Zone 2. There was multiple days of PvP in Final Zone. As in, I could say 3 or more for a healthy amount of them. And that's great to see, especially out of a 40-ish day season. Where like, that's great. And that's, I think mainly because people are starting to realize that, and we saw this consistently from the majority of the KvKs within G2, at least the top 10 that we looked at. You rarely saw fighting in Zone 3, right? It was mostly Zone 2 and Final Zone. And the problem there is that some people I'm sure would have liked to fight in Zone 3. But the challenge is that you have to design the zone in a way that is going to allow for it. And the fact is that nobody wants to get cut off from the Final Zone and feel like or even zone locked, right? Just kind of put it in more simple terms. Like, sure, it's great for you if you're the one doing the zone locking, but if you're the one who's getting zone locked, in most cases, that's not really fun, right? It's fun while the fighting's going on, but the moment that, one side pushes the other side a little bit too much and or gets into that zone lock situation, that's when it starts becoming not fun. And that's because now they're not able to go as far as everyone else went by at least making it to the Final Zone, right, regardless of how long they can last. And that's why, like, when I showed you guys that triangle map design that I did, that Pepe will forever immortally live on with him wondering about my triangle shape. But the idea behind it was simply so that you could essentially have kind of PvP in every single zone without the risk of anyone being locked out before the Final Zone opens. And was just the basis of it. Yeah. I do think it'll be interesting though to see what Cap does by just kind of not being locked into an R5 position. I wonder if he's even going to take a management position over there with Tiny too as well. Deathmoth, what's up, man? So glad we have a great team in OMG to share responsibility in all departments. Yeah, I mean, and I think OMG is another really great example. You look at OMG and you see what they've done ever since the Noir days. Like OMG, I think is a really good example of, after Neff left, after Guns left, after Noir essentially disbanded from Satoru leaving and all that stuff, they basically have done what Milk has done in 60, right? The difference is that I think in their situation in 60, they left, basically a bunch of people left for a season and then they came back to 60 and then rebranded as Milk, right? And then in the Noir situation, I don't think the majority of people left. I think there was a decent bit of people that stayed, and then they just had gone through a couple like rebrands and then landed on OMG. But I think they're a great example. Just like I think 60 is a great example of trying to kind of keep your core there as much as you can and just figuring it out. Like, yeah, man, we lost our head, we lost our R5, but you know what? We're not just going to make excuses. We're going to find people that want to step up. And to me, I always applaud that. I think that's great to see what Kingdom 5 and 60 are doing in stepping up and people wanting to kind of at least try. And so, yeah, man, I hope OMG continues looking into. I hope that OMG continues looking into this, like their growth. I hope they continue to be competitive and continue working their way up. Because I mean, again, I like what I'm seeing from them. And I think the same thing with Milk, man. I can't wait. I hope that they continue growing, and if they do want to eventually make it back to KvK1, because I think they could be such a great competitive force there that can just do a lot for KvK1s in the future. Absolutely. Lasto says, yeah, leading an alliance is draining. I mean, it is, man. Yeah. I mean, it's draining. It's draining if you have too much put on you. If there's too much responsibility put on you, if the expectations are too high, yes, all of those things can be stress activators. And I agree in the sense that it's just not good. It's not healthy. You need to delegate. Yeah, Lisa, what's up, man? Most people do not want to be R5, even when given the chance. The burden in the role is too heavy for most people, no matter how much you prep someone. It's a lot of pressure and everything. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely it's not. Because the thing about being R5 is that there's so much unintended and just unforeseen things that happen as an R5 that the average player wouldn't even expect. And I'll just give you one example, right? Because I've talked about this before, and I've even said I've done a video on this too, where I've walked people through kind of like a day in the life of being an R5, because there's not really any videos out there like that. But one of the things that I personally think is one of the most unintended things that happens, or unforeseen things, not unintended, is just the sheer volume of messages that you get as an R5 from just anyone in your alliance. And not even in your alliance within the kingdom, even externally. The amount of messages that you get is ridiculous. Rhinos, what up, baby? My New York City meetup brethren. But it is just like if I had to say one thing that I think is the most unforeseen thing that causes one of the most amount of time investments in syncs, it's the sheer volume of messages that you get, whether that's on Discord, if it's in game as an R5, and it could be related to, it can be related or even unrelated to your kingdom, to a department, to something that's happening, but you still have to read them. You still have to reply to people. And it is absolutely a time sink. And almost it felt like half the time, if not more than half the time, it takes away from what you need to do. So yeah, that to me I would probably say is absolutely number one. It's crazy, man. Yeah. Last is like, you got to be in the game almost 24/7. Yeah. I mean, to some people, yeah, can't do that. No, absolutely. Well, the thing about that, Lasto, and I'll say this, you're right based on the current landscape of what's allowed, right? If we're talking about the situation of flyers and logistical travelers in the game, right? That are carving out landing strips and training and handing out frequent flyer licenses. In that realm, yes, I think because of that, it has created this almost 24/7 kind of New York City, the city never sleeps, but the game never sleeps, or the KvK never sleeps situation drastically. And in my opinion, if you eliminate that, to me, things will go back to how it was in the beginning when Kingdom Builders started, which was everyone has their own peak times, everyone has their own down times, and you have to essentially work around those. And to me, that's what I think it should be. Because to me, that's normal. It's not manipulated, it's not inflated. You're not doing things to kind of bend the rules, if you will, or create these kind of advantages. That's how I feel it should be. And that's what I think we really need to get back to. And to understand that it's okay, because you're not going to have people that are on 24/7, maybe for the first 24 hours, or maybe you could sell me on that. Like the first 24, maybe 48 hours of a final zone. Yeah, maybe you're going to have higher on average peak activity. Sure. That isn't anything out of the realm of expectation. But once things kind of subside and are treated normally and regularly, yeah, I think that's what we need to have, is regular kind of up and down times, and to a point where it's noticeable. And you're not seeing situations where your kingdom has a real downtime and the other kingdom's downtime is now being inflated because you have drones or robots, if you will, that are, or we'll say fictional ghosts that are taking control and playing accounts in which should be sleeping that are not, right? That's probably just an easy way of putting it. Yeah, so I absolutely think that's a problem. I think it's a bigger problem than I think people really understand. I mean, we even started seeing complaints this KvK from people talking about, because we knew, right? When you guys saw me cover the YSS situation, where we showcased that mail from Tomato about, oh God, what did he say? Oh my gosh, where was it? Hang on. Can I find it? Where was that? Or let me see. Can I type in YSS mail? Hang on, let me see here. Where is it? Yeah, that's it, Josie. Yeah, the flyer mail. Where is it? I know someone posted it. Just because I wanted to give an example. It's not here. Hang on. Where is it? Let me see if I can find it. I mean, I know somebody had to post it. If they didn't, I'll have to, I think I can probably find it. Yeah, let me see here. Because I know it's in my video. Hang on. I'm gonna find it. One second. Let's see here. Let me just type in YSS on my videos. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, I got it. Okay, I found it. I think it's this one. Where I did the YSS announces ally. This is it. Hang on. Where is it? There it is. Yeah. Okay, here it is. Yeah. So here it is. He says here, this is his mail, right? And this was a month ago. He says, starting immediately, YSS will support NTS in their war efforts against WB. In addition, we will assign members to help manage NTS accounts so they can strengthen their presence and maximize their fighting power. Which, I mean, again, I want to point something out here, because I don't know if I actually ever talked about this, right? Do you guys remember when there was the whole like NTS cheating allegations that were being talked about back then at that time? And, we talked to Mark about it, and this isn't me saying that they were, let me be clear, but I find it, and now obviously Tomato says this, and I don't think, in my opinion, that he would be saying this if NTS didn't allow for them to do that as well. Because keep in mind, when I covered this, Mark never hit me up and said, oh no, we're not allowing that to happen. Or never did you see an announcement from NTS saying, oh yeah, we didn't allow for that to happen. Or no, that's not true. Or those are lies. You never saw that from them. But differently, back when those initial cheating allegations were being brought up against NTS, which I think was happening from NA at the time, back then, right? They were like, we didn't do anything like that. We weren't doing any of that. Now, that situation you could argue is maybe a little bit different, because they were probably talking about, probably, I think it was more like the multi-boxing or whatever, whatever they were doing back at that time, or not what they were doing, but what was being accused of them at the time is a little bit different than what is being stated here. But I just wanted to point out that I find that very interesting, that at that time, right, it was pretty much proven because they said that they had like devs come in to like check stuff and, you know, basically looked at their accounts and whatnot. And, you know, they even said themselves they didn't find anything. But then you have a situation like this, you know, years later, granted, and and be fair. But then you have this situation, which is like, and what's funny is I didn't talk about this from that angle. I'm just now thinking about it, where, you know, this isn't really even just on, now obviously this is, as we should always say, if true, and if they follow through with it, which I'm sure we could probably find out. All we'd have to do is go and talk to, sorry, who was it, WB? Who do they face in Zone 2? Why am I'm having like a massive blank right now. Who do they face? Yeah, WBA. Yeah, so all we have to do is go and reach out to Alega or anyone from WB and say, hey, did you guys notice anything during what supposedly should have been NTS's downtime? You know? And I don't know if I've heard from anyone from them. But again, I just wanted to point out, I just want to point out generally, I just think that's funny with, now that I'm thinking about it, with kind of how all that went down and what was said here. Because again, like I said, if it is true, right, it's not just on YSS, it would also be on NTS because they would be receiving and accepting at that time as well. So just little interesting food for thought. Yeah. Yeah, it's nuts. Lisa says, exactly. I be at work cheating on my real life job with a job I have on a mobile game. I mean, dude, there it is. Right? And so, listen, so I'm gonna tell you a story that it goes right to that. So when I used to play Rock, and I played Rock, you know, competitively for about 3 years. I loved playing Rock. I played in a Fantastic Kingdom at 1196. They were top 4 Imperium for about 2 years. So many great people I met there, so many great relationships. And I remember when things were really competitive and I was just grinding pretty much as a free to play. I eventually spent like $20. That was like my second year in. That was the only money I'd ever spent on the game. But up to that point, I had timers for all my RSS. Like I was really locked in. And I remember when I was riding Lyft, when I used to drive for Lyft, and I was doing that for, you know, a year or two, I remember every time in between stops, I'd always like bust my phone out just to make sure I can go do like my next task. Like, I mean, it was, you know, semi-addictive to an extent, but it was almost like one of those, when you're in it, it's so much fun until, you know, you feel like, oh man, this is kind of becoming a chore. And it's almost, it's almost as like you created, and I don't know if this is going to make sense to anyone, but part of me felt like because I was doing that and I was so locked in, and I always tried to do everything I could to min-max my account as best I could, and, you know, trying to get to T5 as fast as I can, etc. I almost felt like I caused my own burnout, because as a player, especially if you're not spending, it's almost more on you. The onus is almost more on your activity at that point, to where you have to be more locked in every single day, every single hour, to do everything you can to min-max your account, to where that in and of itself can almost compound and stack, or snowball, if you will, that eventually leads to your own burnout, because you at one point maybe just start realizing, dude, I am investing so much time that I'm pushing off wanting to maybe go out with friends, or I'm pushing out going to do my laundry, or, you know what, I'll let the dishes stack up in the sink. Like, just little things. I'm curious if anyone else has noticed that, or if you felt like that at any point, because I can tell you, for someone like myself, like I went through a period of that where it's like these little things. You just kind of start pushing little things to the side, or you delay things, you reschedule an appointment, and it might feel small in the moment, but eventually it stacks up. And yeah, like to me, that's very much how I felt. And that was just me as a member, like not even in a management role, right? So at least, again, like I said, back when I was playing Rock. So it's just wild. Absolutely wild. Deathmoth says, no, all the old left. Sir, only 2 players from the war day stayed. Okay, there you go. Never mind, there was only a small amount, not majority. Or not a decent amount, I should say. Death, what's up, man? Hello, will you ever play Age of Empires like you play Rock? Age of Empires? Oh, wait, you mean Age of Empires? Are you talking about Age of Empires mobile death? Rhino says, I hear you speak about the job of an R5, and I totally understand. I was R5 some years ago in Rock, and it takes all your free time. Even as a player, I need to take breaks. If not, I will break. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, Rhino, you're not wrong. I mean, I think this has been one of those things where, you know, part of me feels like this is going to be touched on in the next Hall of Kings Q&A. I would be shocked if in the Hall of Kings chat right now, they have not announced some new Q&A that talks about management or leadership burnout or something, and the devs or Gloria is asking them for their feedback. Like, I would be shocked if that's not happening now, or if it doesn't happen in the very, very near future. And then the next dev Q&A or the next Hall of Kings Q&A touches on at least one of the questions surrounding leadership and management. Like, it would be ridiculous to me if they are not talking about it now. Like, if it's not something that they plan to bring up and address in, at earliest, the next Q&A, with especially how soon things have happened. Like, dude, let me see here, on how long ago it was for the whole Echo EIS situation. Right, let me see. Hang on. Here we go. Where is it? Here it is. So what date was this? Dude, January 5th. Okay, January 5th. That was 6 months ago. 6.5 months ago, we did a video talking about Echo and EIS disbanding. And these were practically Kingdoms 1 and 2, like 1 and 2 for the most part. You could maybe argue 1 and 3 at the time, but you could have also said 1 and 2. And then you have WAL and NXW that disband, and they're ranked 5 and 6. Or sorry, wait, 5, 5 and 6, not 5 and 4, my bad. 5 and 6. I mean, and it happens within 6 months? 6 months. You have 4 out of the top 6 kingdoms in 6 months that disband. You cannot tell me that is not a bit of cause for concern. Like something where, and again, I'm not saying concern like we need to run for the hills and, oh my God, the game's dying. No. But cause for concern when it comes to addressing the things that are factoring into the disbands happening. Like, that's something that absolutely needs to be addressed. Or at least have a meaningful, productive discussion that's solution focused. Yeah. Absolutely. Rhino says, also our R5 and OPB took a break. He still plays with us, but he stepped down from the job. We have R4 who will step up. We'll see. There you go. Natural, what's up, man? When zone open for NTS? What do you mean? Vital, what's up, bro? Damn, R5 sounds tough. That's right. Tell us about it, Vital. Tell us about it. Oh, hang on. Did somebody ping me? Did somebody ping me in Gen Chat? I thought I saw something passing by. Did I? What happened here? Oh, here we go. Don hit me up. Whoa, look at this serious accusation. What serious accusation? Mafia says, you wanted to make deals. Whoa. Whoa, what's this? You wanted to make deals with the enemy team against us, and this happened, so deal with it. Whoa. What's happening here? Voodoo 316 Realm was trusted to manage the warband of our starting zone. We transferred them many behemoth layers as a contribution reward. 1 hour before season ends, they kicked us out of the warband. Oh my God. Really? So they kicked NM out of the warband. Yeah, who's 316? Where's 316? Oh, that's Unit. So Unit kicked, and this is KvK5. Hang on. Where's the, give me a sec here. I gotta scroll up now a decent bit. Let's go to KvK start so we can look at the KvK1 here. Okay, so this was, and I can't remember some things that changed here, but basically the team was this. It was SSG, AV, Swag, Unit, NM, 3M, and they're saying that 316 was the realm trusted, which is Unit. We trusted them, and then they kicked us out of the warband. Yami says, what happened? A 316 unit kicks out. Warband and their allies do not form unit with them in the future. Dark Mafia is the king of this realm. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Maybe we should... Dude, see, this is what I'm talking about. Dude, this is... Fam, this is what the NASTi News Network is all about. Seeing in the moment when stories come to us, and then we can immediately go and track them down. The sad part is I already have a shiitake mushrooms amount of stories that I still already have to track down. Otherwise, I'd be all over this like white on rice. Yeah. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to copy this just so people know that I'm going to track it, and I'm going to add it to my news sheet. Yeah. I'm going to add this to my news sheet. I'm going to grab the link, the message link for this as well, and I'm going to put it here, and we'll do source. Okay, cool. So we got that. We got that down. Awesome. Yeah, I just had to grab that real quick. Dude, I love this, man. This is what I want, like, our NASTi News Network to be about, man, is being able to kind of chase these things down, at least in one sense of it, whenever we're kind of doing these in between KvK wars or fights. Like, to me, this is something I could literally stream this stuff all day long and talk about this. I mean, this is, I think, incredibly fun. I love that we can be informative. We can talk to people in the community. Like, there's a lot that we could really do with this. So I'm pretty excited. I appreciate you guys vibing with us too as well. As always, man, if you guys are enjoying, help us out. Throw us a quick on the video, because it means a lot, does a lot. Thank you. Rhino says, BN, you want to be my R5? No. How dare you ask me something like that, you plebeian. Jeez. It's the utter disrespect for my time. I'm sorry, you think I have time to waste like that? God. I'm telling you, man. Everyone just thinks they can just ask me stuff. It's ridiculous, okay? I'm a human being. Respect me. Thank you. Okay, let's get serious. Next thing that we need to touch on. What did we have in our title? What else were we going to look into? Ooh, well, I got a couple things we got to look into, actually. So I want to look into, I do want to look into the 30 NA thing on the whole betrayal thing, because I think that's incredibly interesting. I'm probably going to put out the, hang on. Let's see, did Wyra respond to us? Let me check. No, rough life. How dare that guy? I thought we were cool. Yeah. I'm joking. I'm pretty sure we're cool. I'll say that. Okay, so YY has not responded yet. I was just checking my DMs just to see. Rhinos, I'm older than you. Youngers need to respect. Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, Rhinos, you did look like you had a couple more miles on you than me. That's true. Good miles, healthy miles, organic miles on. Yeah. Yami says 10 unread messages from me ranting about leadership. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I have to cover that. I have that though, Yami, from what you messaged me. So most likely I'll probably do a separate video on that, maybe to kind of get the buzz going on the topic, because you actually wrote me a lot, and I definitely think that with how you summarized everything, I think I can just do a video separately on that too as well. So I absolutely want to cover that. So I think the next thing we want to do, the next story, I have a lot of stories we can cover. Here, let me read you what I got right now, and then you guys can tell me what story you're interested in me covering next. So here's what I got. Let me go, just so I can read off to you guys what I got. So let me start with the beginning. We can cover. There's a lot of stuff here. Hang on. Okay. Oh, actually, yeah, dude. I also got to react. So if you guys want me to react to this too, I got to react to what is it? Guns quitting, or Guns talking about quitting the game. There was a clip someone sent me about Guns on one of his live streams was talking about thinking or having the idea of quitting the game at some point. And I obviously haven't listened to it yet, but they sent me a link for the timestamp. So we can react to that. That's one thing we could do. I have KvK5, which is the free-for-all KvK. I still got to get a couple more pieces of information there. That's on the whole Hannah betrayal thing that was talked about, the 2v2 that turned into a 3v3. So that is one. We got KvK4, some KvK4 drama that went down with, I think it was with Army from, no, hang on, yeah, it was 614, Army, and I think ETNL there. There was something that went down there. We have KvK6, which was the one that I was in with 509, apparently, and I think Rhinos had sent me, or someone had sent me some stuff. Maybe it was Rhinos, someone else. But there was some stuff that was sent to me. Oh, no. Rhino, that was Rhinos. So Rhinos did send me some stuff there, and there was like other stuff on just kind of how that played out. That's KvK6. I have to update my King's Guard. So we need to go in and track down leads or R5s, and I'm going to update my list. I'm just going to add in their Discord names on my Discord on their list for who's kind of like running which kingdoms. So that way I can just kind of go and find and message the leads real quick. So that's one thing I got to do too as well. There is the KvK2 drama though. Not only is the 30 NA situation, but I heard, because I think Lasto covered some of it, and someone told me that some of the Korean members in WAO left, and that WAO was losing some people. But I don't know. I don't know on that. Obviously, given what's happened so far with the announcement, we've kind of already covered that. So I honestly, that's probably a non-issue at this point. I could probably remove that because we already know kind of what's happened currently. I think it's more of like the 30 NA situation. That's a little bit more interesting now with the whole, them kind of getting, or at least, you know, what's being put out there. There's KvK8, which kingdoms were betrayed on some sides. There was a situation that happened in KvK7. Dude, like, I'm telling you, almost all, I have like 6 or 7 KvK stories that we can chase down. It's crazy. Yeah, let me see. Oh, we already covered the WAO disband, so I can actually remove this off my list too. Let me see what else we got on here. Oh, WBA. Dude, someone told me WBA was potentially downsizing. So that's another story. Somebody did say NTS might be disbanding, but again, I'm not taking that with any kind of interest. Another story we got is EXG had got pushed into G2. That was stated, but I'd have to, I think they might have. I haven't looked at their kingdom yet. And if they did, I definitely would be interested in talking to the lead there, or whomever. So like I said, there's a couple things that we got. Maybe let's track down the 30 NA thing for KV. Actually, no, you know what? Let me do the KvK6 thing first. I do want to do the 30 NA one, but let me do the KvK6 thing first, because that's something that I've been wanting to try and fill this out for a minute. So let me start by going, let's do this. Where am I going? Hang on. Oh, dude, a good song just came on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so these are the kingdoms in there, and the one that we're going to look at for KvK6. Love you like that. So it's 509, 145, 363, 540. Let me write down this because I want to, yeah, because I want to track this. I'm just going to move my little news thing over here. Yeah. Okay. So we need, oh, dude, look at, oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I think we'll do that. Rhino says, what I heard is not that NTS is disbanding. I heard it might Mark will take over. Dude, I'm gonna tell you, if that's true from Mark, bro, you know that Mark was like, I'm just saying, if Mark steps down or if he takes a break, you know Mark has to just be tired of all the shit he probably had to deal with between IMFS and YSS. Like, again, if he does, you have to believe that would have to be one of the reasons, right? Oh my god, I could only imagine. Yeah, man, I need to try and hit up Mark and be like, yo, man, are you taking a break? What's going on? Okay, well, actually, I got a bunch of DMs I gotta go through too, but let me at least try and track down this story. That's like one of the things I want to do real quick. So, who have we heard from so far? So I need to get all the kingdom numbers in here first. So let me do that. Because I just need to organize everything. So let's do 509. And that's I. And then 145 is X. Cool. Rage 363. All right. That's precious too. And then 540. That's Yo, right? Yeah, right. And then the other ones, I had LND 602. Cool. And then 684. Cool. All right. This is good. And that was OPB. Okay. So I need to kind of just understand. So I got Rhinos. What's your position there? Oh, hang on. I need to ask Rhinos. Is what you sent me the most up to date? So I'm good on 509. I don't know. Is it? Let me see. Was it what I heard? Did you got the story from Tiny? Oh, yeah, so I haven't heard anything from Tiny yet. I gotta restart this. Bro, when they showed Holland last game, the whole stadium stood up. Oh. Yeah. You said you get a story from Tiny because he had a lot to say about Rage LND trying to take I out of the Dragon conversation. What I sent you, it was before doing. Yeah. Well, no, that's what I mean. I feel like I'm going to have to reach out to everyone now and just be like, listen, man, can you kind of give me a summary or an update of, you know, like just a summary of how did the KvK go and what happened kind of near the end. So because again, I want to make sure I'm up to date on everything too. Right. So let me do that. Yeah. Dude, can you guys hear them? Like they're going crazy. They're going crazy. That was, I don't know if you guys heard that. That was my daughter. Yeah. Yeah. Let me. I'm gonna hit up Tiny though real quick, and I'm gonna ask about the situation. Yeah. Hey broski, coming around to ask you. Let me see. Coming around to ask you about that happened near the end. Yeah. Let me see here. I'll just tell him I'm planning to cover this. If you would be able to write me up a summary with hyphens/bullet points, and if providing, I gotta make sure I say this right, or providing any screenshots, if any need to be redacted, please do so Please do so before sending. And running the screenshots. Yeah, I think we're good there. And let me see if you'd be able to write me up a summary with hyphens, bullet points, and providing any screenshots. I would. Did you guys hear them? Oh, hang on. I think Messi just scored. One sec. Did he just score?
Yes, he scored a goal, but Messi scored the goal.
Oh! It didn't count?
Yes,
Oh,
Messi scored that goal.
Okay, I think it was offsides. Yeah, I think it was offsides. They
finish up whatever you can and watch.
Yeah, was it offsides? Is that what they said?
Probably was an
Okay, sorry, I had to go look. The kids were going crazy right now, because they're watching the Argentina match.
Bye.
Yeah. Discordia, what's up, man? Welcome. Rhino says, what I sent you, it was before. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. Oh man, I didn't even need to get up. I could have just read this from Bob. He says it was offsides. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, because I heard about this goalie there apparently that I was seeing a bunch of images on my YouTube feed about like some older goalie from one of the World Cup teams that just had like an epic game of saves. Anyways, let me continue on this. So I'm messaging Tiny right now. Hang on. So cover this if you would be able to write remember a summary with hyphens and points of yeah. All right, cool. So I reached out to Tony. We got him messaged. So I'm going to make a note on my sheet here. Yeah, I'm just going to say Tiny. And that's... Well, oh, wait, hang on. I don't need to. I don't need to message Tiny because Q already hit me up. I forgot Q DM'd me already. Lol, disregard. Yeah, I'm tripping. Q, Quintity. Oh, dude, it's so funny because, dude, this is like, as Bob. Dude, yeah, it's so funny. As Bob just said goal from Algeria, I hear them screaming outside that they scored, but screaming in disappointment. Yeah, it's my lady and my 3 daughters. They're like literally, I could hear the That's nuts. That's funny. They scored?
A team scored a goal.
Algeria, yeah.
Instead of Argentina. Like, he scored another goal, but it was offside. Messi scored a goal, but it was
Okay, cool.
Messi scored a goal, but it was offside.
It was offsides? I know.
Yeah, and then this one, a team just scored a goal.
I know the other team. It was off. It's 0-0 again?
Yes.
Oh yeah, someone just said it was offside. Discordia, BN bro, your unread DMs would drive me nuts, dude. Listen. So on that note, right? It's not like, dude, I've gone through, you have to understand, I do not have as much time as other people who are full-time creators, which is not a stab at anyone else. But at the same time, I've gone through these DMs 2 times already, and I've cleared them out. The problem is that there's just so much happening. So it's not, and people are kind enough to reach out to me. I am going to go through them as well here. I just want to kind of get at least some of the people messaged here for the KvK5 story. So I actually can just remove this, and because I have Q here already. So I'm good, because Q, you know what? I'm going to do this. Tiny, let me get a message because Tiny just sent me a link to this server too. So I'm just going to grab a link. Okay, cool. Tiny linked Diplo server. Okay, cool. So I'm good here. So I've heard from I, and I've heard from Rage, which Boss Man hit me up. So I got to hit up 145. But now I'm forgetting who the person is in 145. Yeah. Which is X, which now I feel like, oh yeah, see, this is it. Oh, so that's what Bob said. Yeah, they had 27 shots. Dude, nuts. Yeah. I wonder how many views the highlight reel has on YouTube. I need to find it and watch it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Okay, so we need to figure out 145, and which is, yeah, I don't know who 145 is, but I got to reach out to everyone and at least find the lead here. And while I do it, I'm going to update my King's Guard kind of while we go through. So let me kind of show you what I have right now for you guys. So this is how I have it set up currently on, oh crap, hang on, where are we? It's loading. I don't even know what that is. Let's go logs. Oh, here it is. Cool, good stuff. So this list is public, just so you guys know. I'm actually updating this list as well. So, and I think I'm going to do it for kingdoms that are at least like, I'm probably going to start with 10 billion and above. But what I'm doing here as well, so I'm actually updating this. So I'm going to have a rep. So whether it's the R5 or maybe whoever is like the migration recruitment Diplo person, but if I can, I'm going to put a timestamp or a date stamp here from when they were added on the list. So this is hopefully going to make it a little bit easier for you guys. So everyone that has a timestamp, and I only just thought of this when I looked at this like a couple weeks ago, but one of these days, I'm just going to sit here and go and look through it. But if you want to go on here, this eventually is all going to be updated. And even if the person isn't in my Discord, I can still add their name on here too as well. So that's my plan, is to have like a comprehensive up-to-date list of like who the R5 or at least the main point of contact is for the kingdom, in case, and this is public too as well. So you guys can join my Discord. There's a link to that in the pin live comment. I believe we have it pinned, and you guys can go on here. Now, as always, if there's anyone's name on here I can update, always please feel free to let me know. But I got to check 145. So I don't have anyone for 145. So I do need to add someone for 145. So we need to open the kingdom up, and obviously it's telling me I have to do this now. So let's do this real quick. Rhino says, add me server 684. Okay. Send me your Discord ID, Rhinos. Or actually, hang on. Let me see if I can pull it up on my other thing. Hang on, give me a sec. Where are you? Hang on. I got you. I'll add you right now. One sec. Where's your user ID? All right, let's go here. What'd you say it was? 684, right? Oh, hang on. And then 616, 26. Cool. All right. You are added. Yeah, Discord. The sad part is I recognize a good portion of those PFPs. Yeah, you do, dude. I know, dude. It's so funny when I did. I don't know if it was my last stream or when I did a video covering something. I had showed all my Discord DMs, and I had a couple of people reach out to me, and they asked me, "Hey, what did that person say that reached out to you?" Or I had people reach out to me and say, "Hey, man, next time, can you not show the PFPs on your unread DMs? Because like some people got like, I guess some people got some shit for it." And I'm sitting over here thinking to myself, like, wait, why are you getting shit? Because I didn't show off any of the DM conversations. It was just the PFP for people that reached out to me. So it's like, dude, I didn't realize that. I mean, you know, because I'm just over here like, man, it's not, you know, most people know if you message me, I'm always trying to get back to people as quick as I can. I do not like leaving any of, you know, my DMs unread. And it's never intentional. But yeah, it was pretty nuts what some people were telling me about. Like just their situations based on PFP unread DMs they saw when I did a video on it. When I did a video, it just happened to be there. Yeah. Ryan goes, don't listen to Boss Man, full of BS. Add me. Yeah, I got you. I got you on the ad. Yeah, we're all set. Okay, so I need to figure out who the 145 guy is, and I need to message and just kind of get this. So this is Insomnia. Who's the XR5? Oh, it's M. It's M. Hang on, I think I have M. Give me a sec here. I think I have M. I do have M. Cool. So M is the main person here. So this is 145. I'm going to add them right now. So this is great. So I'm going to show you. I don't think M is in my Discord. Let me see real quick. Yeah, okay. So M is not in my Discord for the 145 lead. So let's see here. Okay. So we'll go 145. And then I'm going to do this, 616, 26. Cool. So there we go. Boom. So I got that added. We'll go here, and then I'm not going to go into the DMs here. Yeah, don't worry. You guys have not. Hang on. Hang on. Discord. Hang on.
This is going to go.
Where's the replay?
This is messy.
What's this replay? Oh, is that him?
Yeah, it goes straight right at it.
Oh, right corner! Oh! Yo, that upper V. Oh my gosh, dude, that upper right corner V, dude, that was nuts. Yeah. Dude, no, yeah, dude, I don't know if you guys heard them. They went crazy. Oh my gosh. Was clean. Wait. Well, what? Dude, look at this vid from Hogston, man. New scary BDR meta. Betray, what is this? Sorry. Betray, disband. I mean, first off, man, I think that's a stretch. That's a stretch. It's not a meta. It's just that all three of those things ultimately happened in one. Yeah. Yeah. Discordia, that'll be 698 stuff. That got messy. I love how he's watching the football. Yeah, man. Lisa and myself are 801 in your Discord. Oh, 801. Oh, yeah, I'll put you down. Did you see Poon's merits this KvK? Dude, I haven't checked to look. I know you posted it earlier. I haven't had a chance to take a look. I am going to cover it though. Yeah. I absolutely am going to cover it. Because I do want to cover the new all-time leader. I mean, obviously I want to wait just till the season officially ends, but I definitely want to cover it for sure. Let me see. Hey, situation in, what was it? KvK5, right? You guys were KvK5, right? No, KvK6. I'm tripping. There we go. If so, course, as always. Oh, sorry. As always, I'm just messaging M right now. She reached out to me or responded back. I'm saying if not, then of course, as always, no worries. And thank you for your time. I'll just put BM. All right, cool. My bad. Who do I need to add now? Leeson. Leeson, sorry, you said I need to add you. Leeson, what's your hang on. Do I have you on Discord? One sec. I do. Hang on. I gotta grab your ID real quick. And I can do that. What'd you say? It was 684? Where are you, Leeson? 801. Sorry. 801. All right. Cool. And then we'll do a 616. 26. All right, cool. Look at that, man. We're good. Very nice. So, cool. So I got M messaged. Now I need to write this down on my sheet too, just so I can keep track. So M is 145. And I'll just do R5. DM'd on Discord. All right, cool. So I got my note for M. So we're good there. Next, Rage. Oh no, I already heard from Boss. Heard from Boss Man and Rage. I heard from Q. I gotta hit up Yo, 540. Okay. So I said 540, right? Okay, that's gonna be Yo. So we're gonna hit up 540 now, and we gotta hit up the Yo lead. Yeah. Flaming says 300 mil in the dot. Really? Oh man, I'm gonna be pretty excited to cover that. He did at least 100 mil merit trading. I know this from inside information. That's crazy. So apparently there's a ton of drama on it too. Not sure on it though. Oh dude, wow, okay. So basically if I'm gonna cover it, and what was the previous record? Hang on, I have the records here. Player merits. Previous record was Super Cal at 241. Wow, so he blew right past that. Okay, so basically so he'll be like the new all time. So I'll need to like ask people about it. Or I bet you if I cover it, people will talk about it probably, huh? Bam, what's up, man? Boss, you should cover migration in Milk. I hear they have over 40 max deco players. Really? Well, I mean, I don't know if there's a way to cover all the people that are at max deco. I think there is a deco achievement, but I don't think it tells you probably everything you'd want to know. Discordia, there is more drama in this game than a soap opera, dude. I'm telling you, I mean, I love the news, man. We love it. So good. Yeah. 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 Oh, there's not. Dude, I swear I thought someone sent me a screen one time of that there was a deco achievement. I must be tripping then. Yeah, excuse me on that. I guess there is no deco achievement then. Yeah, I'm saying you just gotta scout people or hope the other team is honest. Yeah. Bam, max deco is at 24 migration points. I saw the screenshot from a friend sent who's in that server. Oh, interesting. I mean, listen, it would be cool if there was an absolute way to figure out any kind of an indicator that would tell you if someone at least has one. Yeah. Flaming says, I'm at 23 migration points, LMAO, and no idea how. I mean, listen, if that's a thing, and anyone can confirm that with anyone else, I mean, that could be an interesting thing to track down. I know Don Davis just got the 24 points without max deco. Okay, well, there we go. Maybe disproven. Oh, okay, hang on. We got to figure out... Let me see. Yeah. Got to figure out the 540. This is Yo. Who's the Yo lead? Oh, it's a Yule. Do I know a Yule? Or is that how you say that? Oh. It is a Yule. Everyone's in here, though. It is Yule. It is a Yule from Yo. Yeah, but I need to find their thing. Give me a second. I'm gonna try and find this. I'm gonna try and find them real quick. A Yule. Oh, here we go. Is this them? I have no idea. Let me check. Ooh, I got a good song that just came on. Oh, this might be the person. He's got a Yo tag. Hey, Yo, are you the R5 of Yo in 540? I think I found them. I think I found them on Discord. Yeah, I just got to confirm. I just have to confirm this is them. But I think I found them. Lisa says max deco is 24. Wild giving someone 100 million points less than deco 23 is 23 points. Yeah, I don't know how much stock there is in that one. I mean, we'd have to double check a bit probably on that one. How about Black Killer B? Nope. Let's check Leandrea. No, you're not there. PB Jelly? That's actually good. I don't see Yaman. Renata, maybe? Maybe. Hang on, I'm messaging this Renato person. I don't know. Let's see. Hey. Yeah, but I'm messaging just in case. I think the Yule person is. Oh, Yami, you know Yule? Yeah, what's their name? Or their Discord? No, just a Yule. Oh, did you tag him here? On the chat? Oh. Okay, good. Yep. No, this was the person. Okay, good. This is the person I messaged. Cool. You are mine now. You will never escape. Once I found you, I know you. Awesome. You've been saved. We will never forget you now. That's fact. I see it in my migration list as well. His Polish, so he's sleeping right now. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, he's the one I tagged. Okay, cool. No, thank you. In that case, I can message him what I wanted to message him then. I'm going to add him too as well. Not for me. Hey. Cool. I'm going to message him as well. Awesome. Okay. So we have a Yule messaged, and that's 540. So a Yule, and that's 540. Yo, R5. And I'll say DM'd on Discord. Cool. Whoa, that was weird. What? Oh, you know, whatever. We'll just do it this way. Okay. Awesome. That's 4 out of 6. Now I got to hit up 602. So that's, I don't have anyone for 602. So I got to hit up 602, which is L&D. You know what I'm going to do? How do I do it where like it's more flat? Yeah, I kind of want something like this, but wider. No? Okay, there we go. I think that works out a little better. So where am I going now? 602. Yeah, so we got to figure out L&D, who the L&D lead is. Because I have to message them next. Yeah. Flaming, oh man, just started the Hulkson video. Don't watch him often, but this is pretty funny. I mean, I don't, how long is it? Let me see. How long is the Hulkson video? Let me see real quick. Hold on. I mean, I may even consider reacting to it, just depending on what he says, or depending on how long it is. Oh, it's only 11 minutes. Okay. Okay. Maybe we'll react to that, depending on how our time looks. Because it's not that long. So that maybe could be something we do. 602 is sync. I still gotta load this up though. Let me see. Did YY hit me back? No, he didn't, that hater. Oh, you're ready to sync. Oh, Mia's here. Oh, does Sync have Discord? Hey, it's Killer B. What up? I think I had just messaged you earlier too. If that's the same one from Yo. Oh. Oh. Oh, dude, look at that. Okay, there he is. Cool. I got him. Nice. Thank you, Yami. Yami's coming through, the lovely lady. Oh, I do have Sync. Have I messaged Sync before? I have messaged Sync before. Do I have Sync added as a friend? I don't. You have now been added as a friend. I said that was 602? Nice. Miguel, what's up, man? Also, that Mia is not... I thought that was the BNR Mia, right? Yeah, there you go. It's not the BNR Mia. It's the one from MF. Okay. Yeah, because I know the BNR Mia. And what we said, the 602, right? Yeah. Cool. So I got Sync messaged. Dude, I love the community assistance. Thank you. Oh. Okay, cool. We just messaged Sync. He's got our stuff. So that's 602 and it's L&D. Okay, DM'd on Discord. Okay, the last one is OPB 684. And then we're good on KvK5. I'll wait to hear back from everyone, and then we'll have everything we need to cover that KvK situation. So 684 is my next victim. I mean, next person I need to reach out to. Okay, so I said 684, right? Cool. 684, here we go. Yami says BNR Mia is YSS contact in King's chat. Oh, really? Interesting. Interesanto. Wow. Interesanto. I didn't know that. Okay. Lead here is Zips. I said 684, right? Yeah. So lead here is Zips. At least that's who it's showing. Let me see if we could find Zips. Ooh, here we go. I think I got lucky and found Zips. I haven't messaged you, but no, this is you. Yep, I found them. Same PFP. You have been found out, and you got an OPB tag. This is 110% you. Wait, I'm confused. I have Rhinos here though. Zav was the R5, but as I said, he stepped down. Oh, is Zav Zips? Okay, I'm tripping. I was like, hang on, I got Rhinos here though. Okay. Oh, that's just like a placeholder or something? Okay, no worries, no worries, no worries. We don't need to worry about that. We got Rhinos. Okay. So wait, Rhinos, in that case, send me an updated summary then. Yeah. Do that for me, and then we'll be good. Zav is Zav. Zips is temporary. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. In that case, yeah, if you can, hang on. I'm just going to send you the same message I sent them. Just so you have it. Because, again, I know a lot's changed. Or not, well, I mean, I just know more stuff has happened, I should say. So I'm just going to send you the same message I sent them. Yeah. But I'm going to send it you just so you have it. All right, cool. So we're good then. We're good. Cool. So we got everyone. So I'm gonna put Rhinos here. 684. R5. Oh, sorry. Hang on. Ellen. Oh, no, sorry. Not OPB. 5. Perm. DM'd on Discord. All right, cool. So KvK5, everyone that we've needed to message is messaged, and now it's just a matter of waiting to hear back from them. So hopefully the KvK6, the KvK6 storyline, everything we need, we're just waiting to hear back from 4 people right now. So we're set to go there. And most importantly, we got King's Chat a bunch updated, which is great. Exciting stuff, man. Exciting stuff. Well, fam, listen, we've been going about almost 2.5 hours now. I'm probably going to call it here. However, before I do, I got some important stuff I got to tell you. Number 1, you will not want to miss tomorrow's stream. I am planning on streaming tomorrow. It's probably going to be either starting around the same time or later, because I'll tell you at around 10 to 10:30, which is, I think, 2 to 2:30 UTC. For those of you here, I'll let you know first. We are going to be, as long as plans do not change and nothing happens, we're going to be doing an interview with Cap. So Captain from WAO is going to be coming on the stream, and we're going to do an interview with him about, the WAO disband, the merge. We might even talk and hear from him, maybe possibly on the betrayal stuff. We'll see. But focus is mostly going to be on the WAO disband, kind of, the kingdom's history, what led up to the situation, kind of where they're going now, what are plans for the future. So that's kind of the idea. We'll see if we get into some of the nitty or gritty stuff. But cries, yeah, I know it is late. I know. Now, keep in mind, I did ask. I mean, I'll ask Cap again if maybe there's another day. But the challenge here is that everything that's happening it's like hot off the press. Dude, I'm even trying to coordinate a time with Wayne. Even Wayne from 30NA hit me back and said he's down to do an interview. So I just need to find out if he's okay with coming on stream, if he wants to do something offline. I'm trying to coordinate a time with Wayne as well. But tomorrow, like I said, it's going to be around 10:30 Eastern time. So it is a little bit later. And I've talked to Cap before, man. I love chatting with Cap, and I'm very looking forward to hearing, kind of everything about the situation with the disband and everything. We'll see about I don't know if we're going to touch on the 30NA stuff. We'll see. I'm mainly interested in wanting to hear from him on, kind of what led to the decision, and, hear from him on, being a lead there and kind of what went down, everything that kind of went from the upbringing there in WAO till now, talk about some highlights. So anyways, yeah. Oh, no, I already DM'd Sync. I already DM'd him. Wants you, what the hell? Yeah. Oh, I got it. Don't worry. But yeah, anyways, so tomorrow night, that's going to be a good one. So again, I'll ping that out as well. If you guys want to get notifications, again, you could sub, join the Discord, react to our notifications and reaction rules channel. But yeah, tomorrow night, 10:30 p.m., which is going to be around 2 to 2:30 UTC in game. We're going to have Cap on for an interview, unless something changes. That's at least the plan for now. And we'll do more kind of NASTi News Network stuff. There's a number of other leads I got to chase down for other KvKs. We got a bunch of videos coming out tomorrow. I might even try and put the YY video out tonight. We'll see, depending on how much time I have. But that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate the love and I appreciate the support for our NASTi News Network debut. Hoping we're going to keep it up. I mean, this is great, man, kind of interacting with everyone from the community and is doing a lot. This is kind of what I embody. This is what I envision as kind of at least being able to give you guys a different avenue of content to digest and hopefully enjoy it. That's it for me. As always, man, I hope you guys have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you might be residing or hailing from. And we'll catch you in the next one. Take care.